For me, writing a Christmas book was really important because I don't celebrate it the traditional way. So I don't have a tree and I don't have presents, but it is my birthday on Christmas Day.
Yes, amazing.
Yeah, so I get all the presents, which is amazing. But it
is it though? Because you say you don't like being the centre of attention. You don't really like people coming round on your birthday.
That's why I tell everyone to come on Boxing Day. Then it doesn't feel like I'm doing it for my birthday. But my sister's birthday is on Christmas Eve, so we kind of do something on Boxing Day. My parents didn't have TVs.
We only have got things in common because you didn't celebrate Christmas either.
No, I didn't. I grew up being a Jehovah's Witness, and I found that really quite tough, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, we don't celebrate the traditional way, but when I wrote the book, it was really important I think it was really important for us to kind of relive the spirit of Christmas. It's not about the presents and the latest gadgets and the toys. It's about the spirit of giving and sharing and being kind to each other. And I think we forget that in all the madness that is Christmas. Because, you know, there are, like, original stories, like The Nutcracker, which lots of people recognise, and Tea Light Girl. Yeah. And, they all kind of display... For me, when I wrote them, it's about remembering things and remembering people. Yeah. And I know you lost Nanny Thelma recently. And I want you to read Tea Light Girl to your girls and to your family.
Yeah, I was looking at it last night,
And it's about the fact that, you know, every Christmas you might have somebody that's missing that year, and it's... Kids need to understand that it's not all about them and about them.
So do you give presents and things to the kids, or is that not part of your
No,
Christmas?
we do a reverse Advent every year, and we start that at the beginning of the year. So we have... My garage is full of tins, and we're going to give that all away this week. So we're going to give that all away. So we start our reverse Advent at the beginning of the year. So literally we have cans and cans stashed away in the garage. And then there's a story in there, Friends with No Doors, and it's about giving to your neighbours, because we've got lots of elderly neighbours around us, and so we stand at the front door just before Christmas, and anybody's front door that we can see from our front door, we will give them all a pack of biscotti that we make at home, and then we just let them know that we're around, and like if they need help.
And the children are all the way through the book, lovely.
Yeah.
And I often wonder, how are they? Because sometimes my children really hate the fact that I'm on telly. Yeah. But it's kind of always been that way. But for you, it's quite suddenly come into their lives. How are they dealing with it all?
Well, the boys don't care. They're 10 and 11. They can't be bothered. Like, whatever, that's her job. They're not bothered. No, and my 10-year-old said, yeah, but you won Bake Off like 2 years ago. Why are you still famous?
And what about your daughter?
Oh, my God. She drives me insane. So 1 minute...
How old is she?
She's 7.
7.
Oh, 7, that's a tricky great age. But she'll go... When I have to leave at 5 o'clock in the morning, she would stand up by the top of the stairs and she said, I wish you'd never won Bake Off. Oh. Like in a creepy, kind of sinister sort of night dress kind of hair in face kind of way.
With a torch under her face like that. I wish you'd never won.
Yeah, and other times we'll be out shopping and nobody recognises me, which is absolutely fine, and she'll say, are you Nadiya off the Bake Off?
Attention here, please.
Do you know what Nanny Thelma always used to do that with me? She'd go, do you realise it's her off the telly? It's so embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing. I'm like, don't do that. So she has moments. They don't always love it.
You say you don't like being centre of attention.
Yeah.
And we've spoken about this before. I remember you brought this little band on because sometimes you get a bit kind of anxious and you ping that band. But you're now so established and you look so confident and so in your place whenever we see you on television. Look at you now.
It's because I imagine everyone naked, that's why. And that's why I'm fine.
It's really cold in here.
I had noticed.
Has that changed for you?
No, I have days where I can't get out of bed, and I can safely say like you can go far back as sort of 7-8 days ago. I just wanted to stay in bed and I couldn't get out, and I have moments where it's crippling.
Through fear? Through fear of
just I'm scared. Anxiety. I don't know what it is, and I think when you suffer with something like panic disorder, there is no answer. Yeah. There is no definitive, this is what's making me sad.
Was this before Bake Off, or does this come with all the attention and pressure?
If I think back, I think as early as 7, I was suffering with it.
Really? So I think it's great that you can talk about it, though, because so many people struggle with issues like that, but, you know, talking definitely helps, doesn't it?
And I think it's important that we do... I think I'm at this position where I can stand here, and I hate being the centre of attention, yet here I am in the middle. It's ridiculous. But it's, you know, it happens, and we don't talk about it enough, and it's really important to say, you know what, I do suffer, and I have bad days and I have good days, and it happens to children, and you have to remember that. You know, if it started with me at 7, then, you know, imagine there are loads of children out there who suffer as well.
I find it really interesting that you call it a monster, and that sometimes it's in your face, and other times it's behind you, almost tapping you on your shoulder. For me, I feel like it's inside. inside. And I feel like it's a monster that gets bigger and bigger and bigger until there's no more me left. And it's consuming. And when you say staying in bed, people think that's just laziness, that you're lying in bed, so eating chocolates and watching telly. You're staying in bed because you physically cannot move. No. That even going out of the house is too terrifying.
Yeah.
And it's incredibly difficult to articulate,
It's
isn't it?
scary when you realise that you don't even want to listen to the sound of your children's voices. Yeah. You're like, you know what, just don't come in my room, just don't come anywhere near me because I am not me right now. So, and that's really sad.
So what do you do to get up and get out?
I get dragged out. My husband's like, come on, let's go for a run. I'm like, no, I don't want to go for a run. But he knows when I'm sad and I can't do it. Yeah. So sometimes he'll just kind of knock on the door and he just leaves a cup of tea just by the side.
It's great having good support like that, isn't it?
And I think that's really important. I'm really lucky because he'll just leave a cup of tea and he knows I'll eventually need to get to that cup of tea, so that'll get me out of bed. And sometimes he'll just run the shower and walk out. Yeah. That means I smell. Get up and go have a shower, woman.
Mine will come in, leave a cup of tea, light a candle and get out. Listen, have a happy Christmas birthday. And it is lovely to see you as ever. It's
Nadiya,
thank you.